Hey guys, there's a really big opportunity that we're creating. It's something you haven't seen done before in DeFi. It's the best rewards you've ever seen, and it's solving one of the biggest problems of a project. As the price goes up, the entry point into the project to get really big returns gets less and less and less likely. Also, the entry point into any reward project gets less and less beneficial because they got a massive share of it and you're getting less and less. I've solved that at Control Token in a massive way that is shocking. So today we're launching Tier 2, and what this does is it provides an opportunity to be a whale in reward system without having to compete with any previous buyers. It only applies to new buyers who buy through our Tier 2 system, launching at 2 p.m. Central on Thursday. And so what this means is that it's an opportunity to look at our project, look at how much we've staked, look at our charts, and to come in and be dominant in a reward structure where the math is absolutely nuts. If you get 100,000 tokens, then you'll get $5,000 for only 10 million in volume. You'll get around $5,000 in rewards, which means that if with 100,000 tokens for 100 million in volume, you'd get $50,000 in stablecoin. If you got 1 million tokens, then with 100 million in volume, you'd get $500,000 in stablecoin. And with 10 million in volume, with 1 million tokens, you'd get $50,000 only off of 10 million in volume. So the rewards can be quite amazing because of the structure that I've laid out, but this is way bigger than that. The biggest problem with crypto is as the price goes up, the rewards and the value gets worse and worse and worse for new buyers. What is it that we're all seeking in a project? I don't know about you guys, but I want a 10x, 100x, and 1000x, right? That's what I'm seeking. I want to put in a little bit and watch it explode into a lot. Well, basically, I've created that for you. For every $100 that you put in through our Tier 2, it counts as one entry into one draw for a 200x, 3 draws for a 100x, and 20 draws for a 10x, meaning that somebody can come in, put $100 in. Once our Tier 2 fills, one person will be selected. They'll get 20 grand off of $100, and the price doesn't have to do a 200x. In fact, the price won't even do a 10x, yet we'll be making winners. People who win a 200x, people who win a 100x, people who win a 10x, without the price having to sell either. When you get these rewards, it's actually helping the project. So we're moving up and we're creating winners along the way that the price is moving up. We're incentivizing and rewarding a community for taking part in a system that produces winners, which helps our chart grow, and produces volume, which produces rewards. Biggest problem with the tax token is you need volume, right? And the volume only comes from that pump and that dump, and everybody's trying to get volume out of utilities. We have taken the structure of the project and said, purely just by interacting with it, just by entering, for every $100, you get a draw for $20,000, you get a draw for $10,000, you get 3 draws for $10,000, and you get 20 draws for $1,000. The project doesn't have to do a 10x for you to get a 10x. It doesn't have to do a 100x for you to get a 100x, and it doesn't have to do a 1000x for you to get a 1000x. No matter how, and this can happen every $200,000 in volume, that many people are going to be picked to win. So we're going to be literally creating people while pushing our charts up. You're going to win 20 grand without having to put a 20 grand sell on the charts. You're going to win 10 grand without having to put a 10 grand sell on the charts. And this is extra. This is just for buying Control Token. Every $100 counts as an entry. And so you can put in 1,000 and get 10 entries. There's some really big stuff coming. It's Thursday, 2 p.m. Central Time that this starts. It's basically like launching a new crypto using the same token. You can come in and you can be dominant by buying into the lotto system and staking. You get to share in 10% of all the volume that comes through the lotto. That's why those rewards are so crazy. 100K tokens for around $5,000. That's nuts. That 100K tokens doesn't even cost 1,000 right now. So you can look at this from one perspective, which is I want to put in just a little bit with the chances of actually getting a lot. And so you put in your 100, you get your $100 worth of Control Token, but you also get a draw for the 200x, the 100x, and the 10x. You get 24 draws, which is insane. But even if you don't win, you've got your bag. It's very likely moving up if the lotto is filling. It's putting a lot of buy pressure on the charts and it's moving everybody's bags up. This is a system that incentivizes our entire community to continue to buy the project. With the typical crypto, only the early buyers buy, and everybody who buys the project now wants people outside the project to buy, and then those people buy, and now they want people outside the project to buy. This system takes a tax token that is one of the greatest reward projects you've ever seen, I promise you that, and it incentivizes the entire community to continue to buy the token because it's constantly paying out rewards of 10x, 100x, 200x, and 1000x without actually having to see that kind of price increase. Every time that 200K in volume happens, it's paying out, which means that there's going to be people that throw in $100 and they get 20 grand. There's going to be somebody that throws in $100 and gets 10 grand. That's insane. When they sell that, it doesn't negatively hurt the charts and it doesn't hurt the project. And then there's going to be 20 people each time that get 10x, they get $1,000. We don't have to put sells on the charts because the value is being collected before it goes into the liquidity pool. If all the value goes towards a liquidity pool, then it's all going towards a system where people have already been early and they're already dominant when it comes to the price and when it comes to the rewards. By stopping value from going to the liquidity pool and by giving it to new buyers, we can create significant value for new buyers by creating all of these winners, but we can also put demand on the token and we can incentivize volume on a tax token. That's a big problem with tax tokens, right? You can't incentivize volume. The final part about this is if you buy through the lotto and you stake, you get a share of 10% of all the volume, but you also get entries into a 1000x. So only the people that buy through the tier 2, which we're launching today, and stake in our 12-month staking pool, every time the lotto fills 10 times, it'll pick one wallet for a 1000x, which means the project doesn't have to do a 1000x, but people will be winning a 1000x. As long as you're staked, you will always be entered into that 1000x. If it fills once a month, every month you'll have an extra selection of getting that 1000x every month. Plus, you're getting a share of rewards that build up for an entire year. And like I said, those rewards can be quite significant. 100K tokens is less than $1,000. And with only 10 million in volume, you can get $5,000 in rewards. 1 million tokens, if you have a little bit more money, will get you 50 grand with only 10 million in volume. Do you ever remember being excited about $50 for 1 billion in volume? And now think about $50,000 for 10 million in volume if you get 1 million tokens. Or think about it this way, $500,000 for 100 million in volume if you get 1 million tokens and the total amount staked is 20 million. The more people that are buying and staking, yes, it decreases what those rewards are, but that's the price drastically going up. And this entire structure is about growing a project as much as possible within the time frame of a bull market while giving value out in as much of a fair way as possible to create more winners out of the project. Typical project, the only winners are the sellers. We create winners out of the holders, and now we're shifting value from sellers to holders, and we're shifting value from the top to the bottom. Significant value for getting into this project. This starts today at 2 p.m. If this lotto is doing well and people get excited about their bags going up, imagine getting excited about your bag going up, plus the rewards, plus you're seeing winners, plus you have a chance of 1000x, plus you can create a referral link today just by logging into your wallet. It'll say copy address and you've got a referral link. You'll get a 10% of any tokens that you bring into control token. You bring in somebody, they buy $10,000 worth, you're getting $1,000 worth of control token. That $1,000, if we do a 10x, becomes 10 grand just by telling somebody about control token. So we are incentivizing in a community to grow a project that's rewarding them for doing so without putting sells on the charts. I want you guys to think about that. If you don't want to do it, it's totally fine, but I want to put this out there as a warning because of how big this opportunity is for people to participate in one of the best reward projects that incentivizes volume, that rewards the community for growing the project.